to seek God like the Magi, like the three wise men. Like a rising star, Jesus came to enlighten all people and to brighten the night of humanity. In the first reading of today, Prophet Isaiah assured the people of Jerusalem, he's also assuring you and I today to rise up in our splendor. Our light has come. Our Savior has come. Our Redeemer is with us. That's why we call him Emmanuel, God with us. Our light, which is Christ, has come, and the glory of the Lord shines upon us. We are invited to lift our eyes up to heaven as the Magi did today, and saw the star. As we heard in today's gospel, and ask the questions. These are the questions that we should ask today. Where is the child who has been born? What can we offer, or what do we have to offer to this child that is being born today? Beloved in Christ, the journey of our faith begins when we are thirsty, restless, and in quest. He who wants to learn in a classroom, you could see him eager, itching. I want to go to school. You could see that desire from a child I want to learn. Same thing to us. This new year, we are meant to be hungry, thirsty, and restless in our soul for God with our hearts. For these things are what keeps us awake and alert. When somebody is thirsty, he hardly sleeps. He's always waiting to quench such a thirst. It makes us to ask questions so as to address our dissatisfied daily routines and take seriously the challenges of each day. When we step out of our comfort zone and decide to confront the uncomfortable aspect of our lives, like our relationship with one another, our projects, our dreams, our fears. This year we enter this year with a lot of expectations. Some are scared. Some rather go back to their shell. No, some don't want to change, add a feather to their wings. Add a little knowledge to their own little ones they have. I just want to remain where I am. Move, no. Go back, no. Allow people, no. You just become a block to yourself and to others. All sorts times. These are one of the things we should remember. It will worsen our situation as we march in this new year. We just want to remain in our status quo. No movement, no approach. Our comfort zone becomes our hiding places. But today, we are urged, we are challenged in what the theme of today's reflection says. Get out of your comfort zone and seek the God. Many questions makes us to shy away with our reality. Where do I find happiness? Where do I find fulfillment? What do I aspire? Where do I find love that does not fade away? A love that endures forever in the face of fear, failures, and betrayal. Nobody wants to fail. We are trying to hide away. We make a lot of resolution. This year, I will do this. But to take the step, put such into practice, we try to withdraw. What hidden opportunities are present in the midst of our crisis and our suffering, our situation in Nigeria, everybody, can't we look at our situation in a positive way and believe that something will happen? Some of us, we have given up hope. We hardly smile because we say all is not well. Last year, middle of last month of December, I think I received a call from a priest, I think the Parish Priest of St. Timothy. Hello, Father, where are you? I said, I'm on my way. Luckily, he was lucky to call me when I was going outside my own home, coming to beggar. If not that, I don't know what could have happened, He called me, there is somebody that you want me to address. Behold, it was a young boy of 21 years old. This young boy of 21 years old has set his time. By 9 o'clock, I'm going to kill myself. He has set his time that he's tired. 9 o'clock, he gives up. It's not that somebody will kill him. He will kill himself. No love again. No hope. Why is he living? No meaning any longer in this young boy. Then I told the father, okay, I'm coming. I'll be coming. I never knew. He didn't explain that, but I was saying something is wrong. Maybe it's that. Then I went, I met him. Luckily, the boy was sitting at the corner. Turned to the church warden. This guy is not a Catholic. Doesn't go to church. He was inspired how God may have it to go to the church. Something pushed him from beggar under the bridge. I don't know how he found himself at St. Timothy. Then people were giving offering. This young man, he doesn't have money. Since nobody knows that he's going to kill himself, he now wrote his own will and presented it as an offering box. He wrote it. Thank God, I will kill myself. 9 o'clock. Then people were giving offering. The young guy took his paper and put as an offering. He went. Then the church warden, when they picked everything, he was sitting. He came to the church late. Then they were seeing, they have to separate the paper from the money. Then the boy doesn't know they have to separate this. He went. Why do you separate the paper? The woman was trying to read it. He said, give me back my paper. Then the woman said, why? Then the woman now read, saw what the guy is planning to do. He now make it such a thing notice in the church. So luckily they stop him from the church from going out. They have to pause. The priest have to stop him after the mass. They start asking him questions. It's like when you are talking to somebody who has made up his mind to kill himself, you are wasting your time. They were talking to him, he crossed his leg, crossed his hand, that they should finish so that his time will be off. That was to 8. This young man is thirsty for something. He's worried for something. He couldn't find a meaning. Then luckily the parish priest now called me. When I now came, behold, I met the boy, young guy, 21 years old. So I look at the young man. I have no word. I told him, oh, what's your problem? The father said, look at that boy there, that boy there. The boy crossed his leg. I just love the image I saw in that young man. It's like he has decided to condemn himself. And now it's 8 o'clock. Then the young man, meeting this young man, we now... Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, sorry. Wait, they have his mic also so that they could hear the story well. Yeah, it's an interesting story of last year. Then this young man, I now went closer to this guy. I told him, how are you? He looked at me. You. He said, why are they calling you father? I said, I don't know. Because mostly I keep it in a low key. As people like Asake will say, low key. I said, why are they calling you father? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, sorry for those who have not heard clearly. Then the young man was asking them, because I was with the man talking, then people were passing out when we were discussing, church members. Father, Father. The man said, why are they calling you Father? I said, forget about it for now. Let's discuss our business with you, Then I was talking to this young man. The man said, Father came also. I said, I've seen you somewhere. I said, I've seen you. I also told him, I've seen you somewhere. It seems we have met somewhere. Then we were discussing with this young man. I told this man, I've ever seen you under the bridge. I said, yes, myself, we have seen each other under the bridge. He said, you're a father? I said, forget it. What is the problem? We started the discussion. The man said, at the end, he was so close with himself. He has given up. Then the man told me. Then later I told him, what is the problem? Let us weigh life and death. If it's so heavy, go. I was a little bit blunt. I said, if the death is so sweet than the life, I can't stop you. You are matured. You are above 18. You can take your decision. The man was looking at me. I said, you people are wasting your time. We should do 9 o'clock. I'm going to kill myself. I said, no problem. You kill yourself. For me, I was looking. I told him, luckily, you don't have any nice designer I could have taken to give to some boys. Already, you look tattered. I don't see what I will carry. So that he was looking at me. Then, luckily, I told the father, let me go with him. He said, where? I said, leave him. It's okay. Since he said he's going to kill himself, I said, okay, let us go somewhere. Then I took him away from the parish. How, as God may have this, that same day, it was on Tuesday, the boys from the bridge are coming for their daily routine. I told him. Then I told him that today, in our home, today we are not cooking. I told them we are not cooking today. We are drinking gari, granite, biscuit. Anything we eat, bogo to bogo. Today we are doing. Then the guy came. He was looking. He was already putting his mind. We are talking. I told him, okay, escort me. Let me buy sugar. He followed me. This was the guy that wanted to kill himself. Escort me. Let me buy granite. He said, these guys are enjoying, Yeah, we are talking. Escort me. Let me get water. Then interesting thing, the boys now came from beggar. I said, no, I want milk. I want granite. I want sugar. I said, look at you people. This was the boy, The guy has been under the bridge for 9 years and no improvement. All this time we are walking, he was telling me his stories. Now, when he now met these ones who are on the street for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they were demanding some things. They said, no, Bosco, I need granite, more granite. They said, keep quiet. You don't thank God that they are even giving you Gary. He was the one speaking. He was the one talking. Then at the scene, he saw all those children that came. Then we now sat down. After they have gone, he said, Bosco, let me tell you, I've done a lot of things. I've caused pain to people. I've killed people. I've stolen properties of people. I can take a car from here to Benin Republic within 31 hours. I off it. Nobody has ever loved me. And I'm surprised how you and Father, you are trying to show concern on me. Why? Why such a thing? I called the parents. They said they have not seen him for 12 years. And this was how I told him, let us start afresh. Let us go back home. We cannot solve the problem here. Luckily, mobilize, send this young boy back to Warri. And it's a story to tell you that our society needs us to go outside our comfort zone. This young man went, after he showered, picked up the next bus the next day in Anopaja, he went back home. He felt somebody touched him. Not that we did it, but there was something that happened in his life that he believed that worked. This is us going outside ourselves. If the Manjai have remained, what gift could have been given to Jesus? What manifestation are we going to receive today? We couldn't have heard it. But the left is interesting when you see in the midst of all this, lukewarm. This is what we face in our society. Many of us are so timid. I will not. We hide. We don't want to take a step to come out from ourselves. We make empty promises. And this is what we try to live, what Timaya will say, this life I can't keep myself, you remain. I will not kill myself. Allow me to flex. We are not ready to take a step. In the midst of this, we decided to play the role of one of the famous singers in Nigeria called Rema. I calm down. They say, baby, calm down. You calm down. You don't want to move. And today, we are men to come out. The three wise men, they are telling us to come out from your shores, from your shell. If the tortoise refuses to come out from his shell, it can't move. It must come out from his shell and walk. Likewise, the snail. If he refuses, it stays inside the snail and dies. And when it dies, the shell remains there. And that's what today's gospel is telling us. The manifestation of Christ. We have heard it. That's why at the end of the Mass, the priest will say, go in peace. Not go and leave what you have heard here. We are to go and be the face of Christ. Beloved, we shouldn't hide what we have. We shouldn't keep it for ourselves. We shouldn't be stingy this year. The stars doesn't hide. It shows to everybody. We are meant to be stars to our children. We shouldn't keep hiding. How long do we hide by saying the truth? Our comfort zones of backbiting, cheating, we should let go of it. We should come out. We are meant to be, through weakness, of the birth of Christ. That is why we are thirsty. We are hungry. And we are restless. St. Augustine will say, our heart is restless until it rests in God. You see, all this our giri, hungry for God, there is something we are longing for. We are longing for God. This is what makes the three wise men, despite the difficulty in going to Bethlehem, they were still focused. They were never discouraged. Sometimes the stars are there, sometimes they were, but the roads, imagine how from the east, the distance, the challenges they went through. But they persisted. They are persisting for a purpose, for a greater purpose. Another aspect of the Magi are that perseverance, faithfulness. They wanted to discover the King of the Jews, to learn more. One of the phrases of Pope Benedict XVI that was laid to rest, he says, their outward pilgrimage was an expression of their inward journey. You see, they were working it out, but within them there was a longing. The inner pilgrimage, as we often say, wherever the heart is, the legs must go. Their heart is in the Lord, and they go for it. It's for us to imagine how it is that the same truth of our faith, without continuous journey in constant dialogue with the Lord, without attentive listening to the word, without perseverance, faith cannot grow. Faith grows continuously. It is not enough that we just say, I love you, God. We need to keep on moving it. And moving it requires us letting go of our comfort zone. Things that we keep on doing every day. Eze goes to school. Obi is a boy. I tell people, someday, I remember when I was a kid, they said, Eze goes to school, Eze goes to school. But now, Eze doesn't go to school. He's a grandpa. Eze is a grandpa. He cannot be going to school when I was a kid. Eze is a grandpa. Simbi, see all these books that we read. These people, some of them have now grandpa, great-grandpa. We can't stop saying, what I did last year, I'm doing it again. They say you can never expect a change when you keep on doing the same thing at the same time. You have to change. And change requires a change of environment, a change of attitude, and also what? Of comfort zone. Beloved, let us look ourselves in a different way and approach life with a different manner. Let us be hungry for God and to see that for us to attain change, we must not be static. The church has made it clear for us that the stars continues and they follow the star. Who do you follow? Who is your star? What drives you? What is the impetus pushing you towards what you are doing? Are we carried away by fun or by the love of God? When we are carried away by materialism, it doesn't last. But when we are carried away by the love of God, it will last, and it will last forever. Brothers and sisters, let us open up our hearts to test and hunger for God. Let us ask for a courage to continue our journey, and let us finish it in worship. And this was how they ended up their journey. They started by seeing the star, they followed the star, they journey with the Lord. At the end, they worship the Lord. Let all we do end up worshiping God. And this is what the three wise men are telling us in today as we celebrate the Epiphany, manifestation of God. Let us not be afraid, for this path of the Magi is a way that leads to joy. To welcome that sense of restlessness, hunger for God, to set out to worship Him. Many times we worship the created, the creature, more than the Creator. We are in love with the creature more than the Creator. But the three wise men worship the Creator, the God that created. Brothers and sisters, may we never stop our quest, our questioning. May we never interrupt our journey by seeking for a comfort zone. In our encounter with the Lord, may we abandon ourselves to the wonders of worship. Our encounter with the Lord makes us to let go of everything. We say, do with me whatever you will. Then we will discover that a light shines even in the darkness. The light of Jesus, the radiant morning star, the Son of justice, the merciful splendor of God, who loves every man and woman and all people on the earth. And we give him the best gift we can give him, ourselves. We have no silver, gold, frankincense or myrrh, but we have ourselves. A contrite heart we give to the Lord. As we do this, we become stars to others. We become models to others. People could follow us. And when they follow us, they say, follow who know road. We have seen, and we are living up to that. Become stars to others. Rather than becoming doom to many people, we become stars. People that will tell people about God, the birth of Christ. And our life will speak. As we do that, may we continue to hunger for things that will last forever, not perishable things, and continue to seek the stars that will lead us to our final destination, which is Christ. May the good Lord bless his words in our hearts.